Welcome back to Forlorn Favorites Season 3, Part 2. This is Chapter 36 all time, but the 8th episode of Season 3. And we're now in the back half of the season. I intended it to be this way. 7 episodes in the spring, 7 in the fall to close it out. Will there be a Season 4? I don't know. We will see what happens. We'll see how it all goes. I don't know what my future holds on this channel because I'll be graduating college in December, hopefully getting a full-time job. Yeah, unfortunately, YouTube's not my full-time job. I wish it could be, but unfortunately, it cannot unless I get, thousands on thousands more subscribers. But anyways, yeah, today we're reviewing Sage VanDerSpin, the Cars 1 Gask-its racer. And yeah, guys, I couldn't be more excited to bring the series back. Like I said, I did it this way. I wanted to make more various uploads, more diverse uploads throughout the year instead of just bombarding you with 14 weeks straight of Forlorn Favorites like I did twice. This allows it to be a little parceled out, you get Canceled Car Tuesday, you get On the Road speculation, you get all sorts of good stuff intermixed. But yeah, we're getting back to it for the next 7 weeks here, and I hope you guys like the next 7 reviews. I hope you agree that they're a little forlorn, a little forgotten. I mean, that's what the series is. It's supposed to give attention to the underrated, forgotten, forlorn diecast that Mattel has done over the last 16 years. Maybe eventually I'll expand to Disney Store because I think there's a lot of forlorn Disney Store stuff. Now, you guys in for a treat today because this is not just any Sage VanDerSpin. It is the Motor Speedway of the South Sage VanDerSpin, as you can see by the base code 2777EA, made on the 277th day of 2007 in China. Not many base markings back in 2008 when this was released in the Motor Speedway of the South set. They didn't really care. They didn't put much stuff on the base, but now they put a whole slew of stuff. What we have here, yeah, Sage is predecessor. No, predecessor. Who would this be? It would be his replacement times 2. But yeah, anyways, you have a whole bunch of more stuff and jargon on the base than they used to do. But my point is, there are only 1,000 of these that exist in the world. So you guys are in for a treat. Hopefully my clumsiness doesn't emerge in this episode, but it very well might. And yeah, let's hope not though. There is Sage in Cars 1. Now, unfortunately, Sage does not make the jump to Cars 3 like some of the racers do. But that's okay. Now, why is he forlorn, you might ask? I mean, he's a typical Cars 1 racer. I feel like, some of the other Cars 1 racers I've reviewed in this series, like Krusty Roeder or Johnny Blamer, they might be a little bit more forlorn. It might be more apparent that they're forgotten. So let me explain to you why I wholeheartedly believe he is forlorn. So in 2020, the whole crazy wacko year, Blue Desert, they released Rex Reveler. You guys probably know this. Actually, no. They released Sage VanDerSpin. But why does everyone think it was Rex Reveler? Because they called him Rex Reveler. They had a picture of him here, and they had his name tag there, but the diecast was Sage VanDerSpin. So I get on my computer, and I talk to Mattel. I write to them, you screwed up, Mattel. You done made a mistake. And somehow, some way, maybe because of me, maybe not because of me, they actually corrected it. And that is why I have this one here in a bulletproof case. Because they didn't make many. When they did correct it, it was only available in Europe. And they really, really did not make many of these. But yeah, you got the correct name tag now. And you have the correct artwork. But when he was released in every other way that year, before this, United States, Australia, he was Rex Reveler. And pictured as such, but the diecast was Sage VanDerSpin. So that was the first Thailand and the only Thailand release of him. They have done Rex Reveler from Thailand and China both as well. And so he's kind of taken over the mantle. He's a little bit more popular. They've done a mini racer of him, which is a little bit ridiculous. Come on, have some seniority. You gotta honor the seniority. But yeah, anyways, let's get right into it now. What I love about the Motor Speedway of the South cars is that they're very glossy looking, super shiny. And so, yeah, I'm going to be super careful here. But, yeah, you have the raised eyelids, which I do believe there's a Chinese version of him with flat eyelids because he was released with this pit stop barrier in 2016, late 2016, early 2017. Very, very rare release. I actually just bought this alone because I can't bring myself to open up one of my sages with this because it's so rare. I can't do it for the king or chick. They were also in that wave with pit stop barriers. I have a bunch of each, if you guys know, from my collection video, but I just can't bring myself to open them because they're so rare. But I don't know. I'm not going to sell them. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm just weird, I guess. But anyways, you have the classic Gask-its logo on the hood here. Yellow, red, yellow. Typical font, the racetrack treat. So there are a couple sponsors, within the Cars universe that feature products that are very appetizing to me. This one probably the most so. I mean, Transberry Juice, that sounds pretty good. N2O Cola, I don't know, maybe that's more of a fuel, but sounds pretty awesome as well. But this thing, like, ugh. I try and stay away from sweets, guys. Believe it or not, I barely have any sweets. I never have dessert. Haven't had cake in like years. Haven't had ice cream in a long, long time. Haven't had a cookie in a while. I had a cookie. See, donuts is what gets me. If they put donuts on this table at work and I pass by the table, like I can pass by the table once, I won't grab a donut. I pass by the table twice, I'm still good. Not going to grab a donut. But third and fourth passings of this table and the donuts are still there, that is what gets me. I can't get past the table 3 or 4 times without grabbing a donut. And honestly, last time that happened, I had 2 donuts. Like, oh, but that is the extent of it. Otherwise, I stay away from sweets. But this, if I see a Gask-its treat on a table, I'm pretty much grabbing it the first time I see it because this looks absolutely delicious. Now, I like Gask-its here. Well, I like Sage. I like his little double mustache here. The double grill looks pretty good. He's got these nice blue wheels which match Easy Idol's Ruby Easy Oaks, and that is why I have these Lightyear tires, because they never did a pity of him. So this tool card here is a custom, in fact, and these are from the Ruby Easy Oaks Easy Idol pity, but they pretty much match identically. Now, being from China, his contingency sponsors are pretty clear. Piston Cup, Metroid, not going to read them all. Mood Springs, No Stall, even Gask-its is in there. I honestly wish, like, for the racers that, like, so these are the contingency sponsors on all of the Cars 1 racers except for the King and Chick, in which they're laid out differently. But for, like, the ones that are this sponsor, like for James Clean Air, I wish they would remove the Vitaline logo from this batch. And for him, I wish they removed Gask-its because it would make more sense in my opinion. Now, I don't intend to open this guy here, but you can kind of see that the decals on the Thailand version are far blurrier. They are not as clear, but it still is a pretty good looking release. Like, I think the paint is also pretty glossy, so it kind of rivals that in terms of the Motor Speedway of the South version. And it wouldn't be hard for me to get one of these to open because, the Rex Revler Air version of that, which really isn't an Air because all of them are like that until the very, very last couple that smidged out. It's not a rare release at all. So I could probably get my hands on one, maybe do a review long in the future though, because I'm doing this one now. Can't have too much Sage. Sage in small doses. I love the very bubbly font for the 80. Looks pretty good. You have 80 on the roof there. Red roof, roof flaps. Blue window bars, the racetrack treat, Gask-its. Where's his gas cap? I guess it's like right there. Yeah, you can see the engraving, but very faint. Oh, on the back here, it's been bitten. And it says cream filled, I believe. It's really hard to see the second word right there because it's the yellow. Like, it's in the yellow. I need to bring this up to my face to read this. Like, I can't even read that up to my face. But I'm pretty sure it does say cream filled. It's just as upsetting that the white barely is readable on top of that yellow. But yeah, you can see someone took a bite out of it there. And there you go. Oh yeah, there, cream filled. That is much clearer. The racetrack treat. Now, to be completely honest, I have not seen the cream filled saying. I don't recall that being there, so that's kind of a nice surprise. Always learn something new when I revisit these old characters. I also love the big shadow they give the treat here in these corners. I always noticed this as a kid. It looked off to me that they gave it such a ginormous shadow right there. But yeah, who knows? Maybe he's a rookie here because he's got a yellow bumper. So that could be constituted as a yellow racing rookie stripe. But yeah, really nicely done. Beautiful car coming from the Motor Speedway of the South. Those really are way better quality. But of course, in doing that and making it better quality, you make it vulnerable to zinc pest and the fact that the decals crack and the expansion, like literally, I'm not kidding. I have Orion shields that the sides of the body have like curved up like wings. So it almost looks like you could fly now. I've shown it in a video, I think. Really upsetting. I have quite a few of them like that. Fortunately, both of my Mac iCars are good. Both of my Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s are good. Why do I reference him? Well, because he's the only like plastic tire version of Dale in the Nightshade model. Like that's the only place you can get it. So anyways, moving on to these accessories here. Here is the one from the Pit Stop Barrier Movie Moment set, cream filled Gask-its racetrack treats. And you have a full bar right there. I wonder if they have any protein. Maybe there's like a protein version of Gask-its nowadays. Because I feel like I don't know, it's not like you'd make a protein Hershey's or something, but I do have quite a few granola bars. I know there's sugar in them, but actually I found some solid like protein bars without sugar. Now there's probably a whole bunch of other shit in them, like some artificial sweeteners, some additives, but if there's not sugar in it, I'm enjoying it. And yeah, Think bars, for example, 20 grams of protein, no sugar. That's right up my alley. Now this is a great custom by a friend of mine. Oh, he gave it to me. A friend of mine gave it to me. Not sure if he actually did it or not, but yeah. Pretty nicely done. It was painted, so the color is perfect. And a nice Gask-its decal there. Pretty much matches this one, just in a square form. And yeah, let's compare him quickly to Rex Reveler here. Now, in my opinion, these two are some of the most similar when you take a Cars 1 and Cars 3 racer and you put them together. Some of the other ones would be like Winford, Bradford, Rutherford, Bruce Miller. Who else? There's quite a few. There's like maybe 5 that are very similar. And this one's probably the most so. Because, I mean, they're similar models as well. But, you know, you still have the red and yellow stripes going across the hood there. You still have the red roofs. You still have the exact same font. It just now has a shadow. They just added a drop shadow to Gask-its there. And they also kind of added a little gradient to the 80 on the roof. But they didn't change the font at all. You still have blue rims as well. This would have been a good opportunity for them to change the color on the rims, right? You know, like with Paunchy Wipeout, they're like, we could either make them blue, red, black. No, yellow. Let's make them yellow. Not even a color on his body, but it'll stand out. And honestly, it does. I'm not a hater of it. I actually like it. But yeah. You still have like the yellow and red stripes going on about here. So they are very similar, which is a little disappointing. You still have the treat back here that's been eaten. They did eliminate the cream-filled saying, but the racetrack treat is on the spoiler right there. And they are both number 80. So perhaps, you know what happened? They removed the cream. Just like from a lot of those donuts these days. Like, I swear to God, I'd go and get when I was younger, you know, I have like a Long John or whatever, and they'd have cream in it or whatever, cream in such donuts and whatnot. And then, you know, you try and get another one a couple years later, no cream in it. It's like, bruh, I literally only want to eat the donut because of the cream. If there's not cream in a donut, I'm probably not eating it. I like the frosting. Like if you have a sprinkle donut, I like that. But the 2 donuts that I was talking about several minutes ago that I ate, both had cream in it. One of them had like probably a cheesecake. I don't know. It was a creamy texture. Well, creamy look as well, like a white cream color. The other one was a jelly donut. And both of those are just like, oh man. Only once in a while though, otherwise I truly do feel like every milligram of sugar on my teeth, and I feel like I have to work out after. It's really not healthy at all. I should be able to have some sweets, but it's a little problem of mine. And yeah, so when they did get to Dan Garcia here, the next gen, they changed up a lot. They removed the red, they got rid of Askets, they got rid of the treat, and they just took the G. They're like, all we want from you is your G. And they kind of made the font a little bubblier, a little blockier. So yeah, Dan Garcia is one of my least favorite next gens actually, because I think he's a very dull look. He was originally released in an Amazon exclusive multi-pack, but then re-released from Thailand in 2020 from Thailand. Did I say that? Yeah, 2020 Thailand. Okay. And this is the Chinese version though, so I may do a video on the Thailand version at some point, even though I really am not a big fan of them. The best part's the spoiler here, which has a nice design to it. In my opinion, they should have went with red. Like, if you're going to get rid of any color, it better not be red, because almost all of the next gens have some blue in it, which is really annoying. Too many blue and green next gens out there. Now, if you guys recall, this is the first Gask-its crew chief I received a long time ago. I did actually review it, so check out that video. Pretty basic, just a Hank Halston Murphy, Dexter Hoover tires, headset, and then some decals, but it works. And then you have this one, which is a relatively newer factory custom. I did a review of him also in the 12 Days of Christmas. His color is much better, but the decals are a little weird. This hood decal is super weird. It's a weird yellow box around it, and whatever the hell that white thing is, I don't know. But the 80s look pretty good. And then I recently got this custom here. Custom Pity. Not great, but it gets the job done. You know, nice expression. Not bad at all. I've shown you guys a lot of other customs by this person in videos like the blinker. I don't know when this will, well, I know this is uploaded on October 7th, but I'm not sure when the Combustor team, I might be spoiling a big video for you guys, but the Combustor Piston Cup team episode, whenever that's coming out, you'll see some more customs from that guy, and you will see more in the coming months and weeks here as well. But this custom is from Jim Scavenger. It's the Gask-its hauler from a Cal Weathers hauler, because you got the blue and the darker blue hat, so that's a dead giveaway. But yeah, it was just the perfect color to use for him. Now, not the perfect color, I guess, because it should be a little bit mellowed blue, not as vibrant. But, you know, again, like I said, it gets the job done. Because painting plastic is difficult. Doesn't come out as nicely. But yeah, this is a nice hauler. I've never reviewed it, so maybe in the future I'll do a Team Gask-its video. He also did the mud flaps there. I just try, I don't know, I'm very strategic about what team videos I do. Like, I want them to show a lot of stuff that I haven't done videos on, you know. So this right now would probably be toward the bottom of my list, because, well, I've reviewed this guy, I've reviewed this guy, I've obviously reviewed all the racers, so you just see the hauler and the pity for the first time. Whereas the Combustor one, I don't know, well, I guess I've reviewed a lot of stuff in there as well. So maybe I'm self-contradictory, but the blinker one was certainly cool with the blinker crew chief. Maybe I'll get around to reviewing. See, they have to have a hauler to deem themselves worthy of a team review. So maybe Trunk Fresh, Viewzine next. I want to get a Viewzine crew chief though first. So Trunk Fresh will definitely be one of the future ones here though, because I'm getting another crew chief of him. And yeah, enough rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed the 36th chapter of Forlorn Favorites. And I'll see you guys next Friday for chapter 37. Guess who it could be? Max somebody.